What is up, tubers of you and fellow clashers of the world? It's Adam right here. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over a little tutorial about SCUM, actually. It took me kind of a while to figure out a good way to get started in the game, a good, quick, and easy way to get started in the game. Not to say I'm some sort of expert or something like that, but it's just something that I found that I thought was useful, and I wanted to share it with you guys to help you out a little bit and get you started. Versus what I had learned when the first hour of playing the game, and people are trying to tell me different things about it, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, this is working, and then I found something better. So anyways, I wanted to share this with you guys and hope that it helps. So right here, I have the map pulled up. My mouse is highlighting C1 right there. That is the grid that you want to ultimately head to, no matter where you spawn. And that is where the bunker is, where you want to go to, right where my mouse is, in that northwest corner. This is, in my opinion, the best place to go. And then you can head down to the airport afterwards to get much better loot, but it's a much higher risk with a lot more sentries and zombies. So here is an excerpt from my live stream that I had just the other night of me and my friend Sean making our approach to the bunker. Now you can see in the upper middle there was the one of the mechs. He is guarding the main door to the bunker, and then right there in the middle top part there is the other mech. Now that mech will go in a circular pattern around the base, and the first mech that you saw is literally just guarding the door. That's all he's guarding. Now, I don't like going in the main door personally because he is only going, in a linear pattern. He's going from one end to the door to the other, and in my opinion, it makes it a little bit more difficult to get by him to get to the main door. Now, it can be done, but I just don't think it's as easy as using the hatch, in which I'm going to show you right here. And I hope you guys all liked my character right there, having a little bit of the shits going on. So anyways, what I'm doing right now is there's also a lot of zombies that are on the outside, and on this bunker in particular, this military base, there's a lot of trees that are around it. So it's a little bit more difficult to see the zombies. So you want to really keep your ears open, and you want to keep your eyes open and pay attention to what's going on around you and where the zombies are, because before you know it, you could have 3 or 4 of them on you. And if you're not really super looted and you're going to do this as your first run for loot, as you can see, my character literally only has an extra shirt, and I have a wooden spear, just in case I really need it for the self-defense. And all we did to get here, when I started on this spawn, I started about 1 block away, and I didn't, I had to run there, and of course you have to eat. So all you got to do is just look for mushrooms and whatnot along the way. You can find the mushrooms on the ground in the forested areas, or if you're in the more fieldy areas, you can find vineyards. You can find just random bushes that will also have some fruits and berries and stuff like that. And just eat that as you go. Just to keep you some sustenance up. Because once you get in the bunker, you're more than likely you're going to find some MREs and some canned goods and stuff that's going to keep you up. You can also, if you really need to, as of right now anyways, I have a feeling they'll probably change this in the future, but you can always try to kill at least 1 zombie along the way. Chop them up with a stone knife. If you don't know how to make that already, it's very easy. You just look at the ground. Search for stones, and then the stone knife is the first thing that's in your crafting menu, and you can just make yourself a knife so you can chop it up. But yeah, you can chop up one of the zombies and literally just eat their meat, and you can that'll also give you some good sustenance so that you can keep going. As you can see here, as with all of you guys, I'm sure I've seen that you got to keep your sustenance up. So yeah, as we're approaching, I'm also kind of eating and trying to get my energy up, because my energy is a little low by the time I got here. Now, as you can see, we're coming from the southeast entrance, which is the closest point to get into the base and to where the hatch is on the other side of the fence. Now you can see the tower on my left-hand side. I'm using the berm as cover from the mech and the trees as well, and just keeping an eye, using my ears and my eyes on where is the mech. And now he goes in a circular pattern. It's a clockwise rotation that he takes around the base. And the main point is just not to be seen at all from him. So now you can see as we're approaching on the tree, using that tree as cover. As soon as he turned his back there, I just keep approaching in. Crouched out because it does seem that they can hear you if you're jogging or running. And it seems like if you're close to them, it's better to just, crouch and just be a little bit more sneaky about it. So now the other mech is looking towards me. He can probably spot me from there. So as you can see, I'm moving to my right a little bit and going to use that tree as cover from the other mech that's keeping guard on the door until he turns away. And then I go over to my left and there's the hatch. And now that the other mech is continuing his circle around, I'm being a little bit faster here. I got up, did a little jog to get over to the hatch because you have to do this quickly before the mech that's doing the circular pattern comes down. Now you can see right there, I just took a look at him. And I was like, oh, okay, there he is. Keeping an eye on him. Sean was able to get down. You don't have to worry too much about leaving the hatch door open or closed. If you leave it open, it might deter people from wanting, if you're playing on an online server, it may deter other people if they see it's open and be like, oh, it's looted already. And they may decide not to go down there or think that's people that are down there. If you keep it closed, you could have someone come in and think that it hasn't been touched yet and then run the risk of running into another player. So luckily when we came down here, there's no other players and we were able to loot up. And as you can see, my first couple things to loot, I got a pair of gloves right there. Got a tactical jacket. Added 6 inventory slots. Look at that, an AKM. Yeah, I'm just dropping my spear now because I'm not going to really need it anymore. And you're completely... The big thing here is once you get into this bunker, you can loot up and get a lot of loot safely. There's no zombies to worry about. There's no mechs to worry about as soon as you get in there. Look at that. We got an assault backpack, so we're able to carry a lot. And you can just run through this entire bunker and come out very well looted. You can also, depending on the server that you're on, wait for a respawn of the items and just stay down there and continue to loot until you're satisfied with what you have by the time you leave. So here is the next difficult part, is getting out. I still like to use the hatch again, although you can use the main door if you would like. Now what we did here is I initially tried to get out, and as you can see I'm wearing the orange jumpsuit again as we're leaving. So what happened is I ended up getting out but got killed and made it only to the fence. I just wasn't paying good enough attention to where the mech was. So if you are with a partner looting, you can also do this as a way of getting out, which is pretty easy. Is you have your one friend go and create a distraction towards the main door to get rid of them. Now we did this because we had to. I needed the time to pick up my loot, and basically he's over there, he's shooting, creating a ruckus. Now you can use smoke grenades as a distraction. Or you can throw something. Those smokes or grenades or something like that seem to work best. Now he's just shooting. He had plenty of ammo to take care of the zombies that were going to be approaching the door. And you can use... The door doesn't open all the way, so you can actually use it as cover. And he had plenty of ammo to handle all the zombies that came his way. And whilst he created that distraction, I was able to safely get out, get my gear back. But it's... If you're by yourself, you really just have to pay very close attention to where the mech is and don't be careless like I was there in that scenario anyways, and ended up getting killed on my way out. It's not always going to be like that. You can get out safely. I was just careless this one time, but I have done it many times by myself solo safely without getting killed. And as you can see here now, I'm creating a distraction for him over by where the big door is to get the mechs to come over towards me so he can run over to the other side and take the hatch, exit and get out safely while the mechs are shooting at me and they're all distracted. And it worked out. He was actually able to get out safely without getting injured, and no one died here in this scenario. Luckily I had enough fame points where I was able to just respawn on my squad mate when I died trying to get out. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you. Like I said, I have done it several times on my stream where I was able to get out without dying. I was just careless that one time. So I guess that goes to show, don't get cocky. Don't get cocky, kid. So anyways, guys, I hope you found that to be helpful to you. I know I find this to be best for me personally. Maybe it's not going to be the best thing for you. I don't know, but I just found this to be a really great way to get started. Now, if you're a fresh spawn and you have a ways to go to get to C1, which I understand that, I would recommend just eat what you can along the way, loot up the little villages along the way. But if you really want to get decent loot to get started without, you know, having to compete with too many mechs, like going to airport straight away, I definitely recommend the bunkers. And the C1 bunker I've found so far to be the easiest bunker to go into. I've gone into other ones so far as well, but this is just the one that I find to be easiest and can have an actual strategy to go along with getting inside of it. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe, become a tuber review, leave a huge thumbs up on this video if you liked it, and we'll see you guys next time. This time.